his speech. Back in the saddle, back in the saddle, Jorge Elsa. Good morning, Toastmasters. Welcome, guests. It's great to see everyone here again today. I want to share with you a special journey that I've been on. It starts in my childhood, continues through most of my life to the present day. As you can see from the title of my speech, I'm back in the saddle. So now you're wondering, what kind of saddle are we talking about? Horsey saddle? No, it's not a horsey saddle. I'm not riding a horse. Bicycle saddle. I'm riding my bike. Alright, so what's the big deal? Everybody rides bikes, right? Okay. How many here remember the first bike ride as a kid? That's a special memory that you keep in the scrapbook, right? I have a very vivid memory of my parents taking off my training wheels after I had begged them for many weeks. I got on my bike and I started riding. And I wasn't helped. My parents didn't help me. I started riding the bike all by myself. That's me. I'm about 5 or 6 years old in this picture, and I'm loving it. And my first bike ride is, of course, around the block. Around the block, and then I go around the block again, and I go around the block again on the sidewalk. And it was about 0.3 miles for 2 months of a summer vacation, every day. I do that around and around. And at the end of the day, at the end of each day, I was one happy person. Couldn't get me off that bike. My mom would call out to me, Zach, come in to have lunch. I wouldn't want to come in. I just want to keep on my bike. It was just pure joy to be on the bike. Got a little older as a teenager, and I bought my first bicycle. Was a 10-speed bike. Back in the day, that was popular with the skinny tires and racing in the Olympics. And one of the things I loved to do on that bike was to go to the beach. So I would go to Rockaway Beach. And this is me. That's my sister, my brother-in-law. That's my bike. 1980s style. That's how my hairstyle and sunglasses. So this is what I like to do on the weekends in the summer. And I would meet them riding my bike to the beach and they'd drive. And this is what the trip looked like on a map. I'd start out where I lived in Elmhurst, ride all the way down Cross Bay, so Breezy Point area, 35-mile round trip. I do it on the weekend. I do about 1 to 2 times a month, all summer, sometimes in the fall. What was really special about this type of trip for me, because I was a troubled teenager, it allowed me to think, to gather my thoughts, to spend time with myself, and to release the stress. And it gave me a lot of peace and tranquility at a time that I really needed, in addition to the happiness and joy that I got as a younger kid being on my bike. As I got older, I got a job. I started working in Manhattan. And I figured, I love being on my bike so much. Why don't I just use my bike to commute to Manhattan instead of taking a subway, instead of being on a train, on a bus? So this is what my commute would look like from Manhattan, from Queens to Manhattan. It's about a 13-mile round trip. It took me 60 minutes though, back and forth. And I would do that 5 days a week, all year round. Snow, rain, ice, sleet, hot, cold, day, night. I didn't care. I wanted to be on the bike. Instead of being in the subway, instead of being on a bus, I wanted to be on my bike. And that turned out to be 3,200 miles per year. I did it for 8 years, working in Manhattan and going to school in Manhattan. During that time, and at the end of it, I realized, wow, I get a lot of benefit from riding my bike, from commuting on my bike. And some of the benefits that I got was, it made me a happy kid. It gave me that mental health. It contributed to my mental health, just being happy, being on my bike. Secondly, it gave me an opportunity to get regular exercise, so important to my physical health, then as it is now. Most importantly, I wasn't paying a subway fare. When you're a starving student, that makes a big difference for your financial health. You save a lot of money commuting all those days. Lastly, no extra gym time. The operative word right there is time. So instead of going to the gym because I needed to get regular exercise, which I would do anyway, I was getting it already commuting by bike. 60-minute workout every day. I didn't need to go to the gym. gave me all that time to do other personal stuff. Well, I figured I like biking so much, commuting to work. Why don't I just get a job on my bike and all my problems would be solved? So I got a job as a bike messenger, and this is what it looked like my commute from Queens to Manhattan. Again, 13-mile round trip. And then I get to my job and I start delivering packages across town, downtown, uptown. This is a 25 hectic bike messenger miles, 8 hours a day, 5 days per week, plus a 1-hour commute. It's a 9-hour workout every day. At the end of it, I was exhausted, tired, exhilarated, but I felt in control. I felt powerful. I felt at peace. The only problem with this job is I was happy and fit, but I had little money. It didn't pay well. It was a low status job, so I couldn't keep doing it long term. I only lasted about 6 months. Well, fast forward to today, that was 12 years ago. I still live in Queens. I don't get to ride my bike a lot. I don't commute. I've worked in such exotic places as Germany and Westchester, so I don't get to ride my bike. Well, now I have a new job in New Jersey. It's 27 miles away, 2 bridges away. So the big question is, can I commute to Bison to my new job? Can I use my bike to commute? Yes and no. Here's what it would look like by commuting to my current job. Starting out in Queens where I live, going up to the Triborough Bridge, the Arcade Bridge, up through Westchester, across the GW, straight shot up to where I live, where I work in New Jersey near the Tappan Zee Bridge. Again, 27 miles one way, 2.5 hours. I did this on a weekend, and at the end of it, I was exhausted. I figured if I try doing this on a weekday to go to work, I'm going to be one exhausted worker. But there's a bright spot. Right here, midway point of my journey. George Washington Bridge bus station. I figured this ride is an hour from my home to the bus station. That's a good workout. Hop on a bus. Take an hour trip on a bus, relax, gather my energy, going to work fresh as a daisy. 1 hour bike, 1 hour bus ride. The perfect compromise. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm here telling you today, my friends, that I'm going to be doing it. So I hope to catch up with you in the following weeks to let you know that I'm doing this on a regular basis. I hope to see all of you on the road. This is Toastmaster.